Evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us for tonight's post-match press conference, joined by Austin FC head coach Nico Estévez. We'll go ahead and get straight into questions from the media. Phil, we can start with you.
Hey, Nico. So looked really good for long stretches in the match. Got the 2 goals, couldn't get a third goal, and then they come back in the last 15 minutes. And obviously, PK helps with that. But just kind of thoughts on having the lead and then not being able to hold the lead.
I mean, I think first of all, it's 2 games. One before the PK and then another after the PK. We have 3 straight games given that we've been given a PK against. All 3 PKs really, really doubtable. Even today, we have meetings with Pro and everything, and they talk about the PK has to be clear, and doesn't have to be soft, and then even the way that the player goes down. I mean, this player went down like 3 seconds after that he felt something that it was minimal, as they said. They said it was minimal. He's facing backwards also, and then he is trying to get an advantage to put himself in the position, and it's obviously not a PK, but I think until the PK, we've seen what we are seeing, the progression of the team, like how well we were playing, really compact on defense, but also with the ball, like very dynamic, very lively, really dangerous in the whole game, with a good control, having the poise and the patience to find the right moments to break the offense, the defending opponent line. And at the end, without any PK, we had a 2.8 expected goals today. That is really, really high. And I think we have to continue with that. Obviously, we are not happy with the result. We wanted to win for us, for the fans, and for the club, and to keep climbing in the table. But we know how difficult is this league, and I think what we have to learn is after the decision that was against us with the PK, have a little bit more control in those moments.
Okay. And I don't know that this really matters in the grand scheme of things, but with the draw, Houston or Dallas would win Copa Tejas. The best that Austin could do is 7 points to Houston's 7, and then Houston wins the tiebreaker. So just was Copa Tejas something that you had talked about before the match? Were the players cognizant of the stakes in that, as small as they might be?
Yeah, we talk about it, and it's as I said in my press conference the other day, we wanted to win today to put us in a position to win. Winning today, it doesn't give us the Copa Tejas, but will put us in a position. It's the same as the Open Cup. We want to win the semi-final to put us in a position to make the final, to put us in a position to win. And we put everything to win the game, but we got a little bit disorganized at the end of the game, and this is why we couldn't create, in the last 3-4 minutes, real chances to score a goal.
Profe, buenas noches. En la jugada de Ilie Sánchez, el del gol de Ilie Sánchez, lo vemos que queda muy solo en el área. Quería preguntarle si es algo que se está trabajando en la semana o solo fue como circunstancias del partido.
Sí, ahí pues crédito para Nico, que es nuestro especialista en balón parado, en set pieces, y él identificó un área donde podíamos hacer mucho daño a Houston, y el primer córner que hemos tenido ahí pues lo hemos podido hacer, y bueno, pues nos ayuda, ¿no?, a poder seguir sumando goles, a poder ponernos por delante, y algo muy importante que trabajamos mucho y que él pues le pone mucha energía, y creo que ha funcionado muy bien.
Y al final del partido vimos 3 desatenciones de la defensa, que en la segunda desatención cayó el gol del empate. ¿Usted cree que por el penal fue que se dieron esas desconcentraciones?
Sí, yo creo que con el penalti perdimos un poquito. Queríamos hacer el tercer gol, y con el empuje de querer hacer el tercer gol nos desordenamos un poco. Con el cansancio del calor se abrió un poquito más el campo, y ahí sufrimos más.
Hey, Nico, just the last 20 minutes, what did you see out of Houston? I mean, the first 70, they frankly looked terrible and then almost flipped a switch. What did they do differently, and kind of what was the difference in the game the last 20 minutes?
Well, I will look at it a different way. I think we were really well, and this is why they didn't look good. And I think when we lost a little bit the idea, the patience, and the control of the game, it was when they looked a little bit better. At the end of the day, they are in a situation like a lot of teams that we're playing that we all want to win and want to get 3 points, and they were behind. They didn't have anything to lose, and they just put everything there. And then maybe we have to learn from that situation, because it could happen in the next games also with some of the opponents that we're going to play.
And then on the subs, would you, hindsight's always 20/20, would you do anything differently with the subs at all?
I mean, we were gonna do a sub, and then they scored the second goal. Like, we were gonna change to 5 to control a little bit better, to be more compact, and then with their goal, we have to change our mind quickly.
Hi, Coach. With this game being against Houston and the next one against Dallas, they're both rivalry games. What can you kind of take away from this in terms of like playing rivals and building a lead, but also sustaining that lead against a rival?
Well, that is special games, you know. And then, as we saw today, non-team give up and they keep going, and then they try to do everything that they can to win the game, as we did for 70 minutes. But I think what we have to learn is like when you are doing that well in those 70 minutes, you need to make the difference longer in the result. And if you cannot, like, how you can hold that advantage that you have, you know, and not get that stretch, because as we saw in the second goal, we were a little bit stretched there.
And finally, I just want to ask you about Osman Bakari's form. He had another assist today, great play. Just kind of want to ask what your insight is of his form recently.
Well, I think he's doing really well. He's also helping us a lot at defending. He's very committed, and I'm glad that he's having this momentum where he is contributing with good actions on defensive that are giving us goals.
Yeah, so just thoughts on Azuni's play tonight. I mean, he had looked like he was getting a little bit more into scoring form, and no goals today. Kind of a quiet night for him comparatively.
I think we didn't have good service today to provide in the way that he can make the difference. I think some of the balls were too heavy and then arrived to the goalkeeper too early. Some of the other balls weren't good there, and we have to keep working and making sure that we can provide those balls to him to score.
And then just on Bolocco, I noticed that he wasn't on the team sheet. Just kind of wondering about his progress and when you might integrate him into the lineup.
I mean, he played for the first time the other day when we did the friendly. He played 60 minutes against Charleston Battery, and his last game was in May. And then he needs a little bit more time. We're having a special plan for him, and as soon he's getting better, he will be in same conditions to fight to be in the roster. That right now is difficult because everyone is working really hard.
Profe, en los últimos 3 partidos, Austin ha anotado 2 o más goles. Yo quería preguntarle, ¿se ha hecho algo diferente en el ataque?
Sí, como veis, pues tenemos mucha más fluidez, entendemos mejor los momentos, somos capaces de generar buenas superioridades numéricas en los costados, estamos atacando muy bien por ahí, y yo creo que, pues bueno, necesitábamos tiempo de acoplar todo eso, de conectar todo eso y sentirnos cómodos, y ahora mismo, pues la verdad que está saliendo todo eso bien, y tenemos que seguir continuando porque es lo que nos va a hacer poder ganar partidos, ¿no?
También para preguntarle por Diego Rubio, lo estamos viendo en muy buena forma y muy participativo al ataque. ¿Usted qué le pide a él en los juegos?
Bueno, pues simplemente cuando tenemos el balón y estar en espacios en los que él pueda recibir y girar para mirar hacia adelante. Y la verdad que está haciendo un buen trabajo. Yo creo que todavía necesita coger un poquito más de ritmo y confianza ahí para ser todavía más determinante, pero creo que está haciendo un buen trabajo.
On the free kick at the end, just the thought process on having Danny take that. Had he been earning it in practice? Instead of
Yeah,
like, oh, okay.
usually the players that have some practice, and we sometimes, if he's one of the takers and he feels comfortable and with confidence to do it, we encourage. Sometimes there is moments that if you're mentally like ready to go and want to do it, he took the responsibility, and unlucky that the ball went out of bounds.
All right, we'll wrap it there. Thank you guys. Thanks, Nico.
Good. Thank you. Good night.